Tire Center overnight.
Skywatch Storm Tracker is pretty clear right now, but there are changes on the waves we've been talking about. We're going to tell you about your forecast coming up.
And military bases go green in a new battle against climate change.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
MoDOT shuts down a portion of Highway 43 near I-44 overnight as crews battle a fire at a tire center. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, a fire at Joplin's Ozarko Tire Center, located behind the Pilot Travel Plaza. The call came in around 8 p.m. Tuesday night. Heavy smoke was coming from the building. An Ozarka employee says there were over 1,000 new tires inside the warehouse. Joplin Fire, the JPD, and Met's ambulance responded along with Redding's Mill as mutual aid. MoDOT Emergency Response closed Missouri 43 at Cedar Road so firefighters could drag hoses across the highway to reach hydrants on the east side near 4 state trucks. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation. Well, we've got rain headed our way tonight. Chris Warner joins us with the latest forecast.
Yeah, the good news is the rain is on its way, and we are going to be tracking it, of course. Now, right now, Skywatch Storm Tracker, nothing out there at the moment. Zooming out in the lower 48. Now, this morning it was a little bit quieter. We got a bit more activity in Texas. Now we got some activity in Nebraska, and it's what's in Nebraska that's going to be making its way our way over the next 24 hours or so. So, here's where our temperatures sit. 85 Joplin, 83 in Pittsburgh, 90 in Parsons, and 90 in Neodesha. Still only a slight heat index to deal with. In fact, take a look at Neodesha. Technically, that's a wind chill because it's about 3 degrees cooler than what the actual air temperature is. Not bad for the last day of August. Now, as we go through the rest of the day, 87 by 6, 79 by 8, 73 at 10, 70 at midnight. But real quick, also take a look. We go from partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. The clouds are on the increase. Overnight lows tonight, once again, ranging from the lower to mid 60s across the board. And with the incoming storm chances, we've been preaching this, and it is so important that you have it to stay ahead of the storms. The KOAM Skywatch Weather app, you can scan that QR code or just search for KOAM Skywatch Weather in your favorite app store so that you can stay ahead of the incoming showers and thunderstorms because they're going to be scattered, and you want to make sure that you are prepared. We're going to break down when the rain's going to get here and what it's going to do for Labor Day weekend, as well as, of course, the temperatures here in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks, Chris. Well, in a new court filing, the Department of Justice outlines a case of possible obstruction against former President Donald Trump and his legal team. The filing was in response to the Trump motion to have a special master and not FBI agents to review the evidence seized at Mar-a-Lago. The new filing includes pictures of top secret documents in the former president's office. Investigators believe there were attempts to hide this material from officials who were trying to recover it. The Department of Defense lists climate change as a national security threat and is now taking steps to reduce its carbon footprint. U.S. Army was first to unveil a sweeping climate strategy earlier this year. Natalie Brand has a look at some of the goals and progress made on base.
At Fort Meade in Maryland, home to U.S. Cyber Command and the National Security Agency, guarding against climate change is a mission priority.
A 21st century warfare needs 21st century energy.
Colonel Michael Sapp says that means beefing up clean energy, with solar panels now topping nearly 60% of housing here.
55% of the electricity comes from renewable energy.
The base also has plans to transform this landfill into a 60-acre solar farm, energy that can power Fort Meade if the grid takes a hit.
We can't afford to lose power. Losing power means we lose training and we lose operations.
Assistant Secretary of the Army for Installations, Energy and the Environment, Rachel Jacobson, oversees the climate strategy, which includes building a microgrid on every base by 2035. The Army is also targeting 2030 for a 50% reduction in net greenhouse gas pollution and net zero emissions by 2050.
Is that realistic?
We hope it is. I mean, if you don't set goals and ambitions, then you don't have anything to strive for. We think that we certainly have the capacity on military installations to try innovative solutions and technologies to achieve these goals.
At Fort Bragg in North Carolina, innovation includes a floating solar array, the largest of its kind in the Southeast. Fort Carson in Colorado is working on new battery technology, and Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri has added electric vehicle charging stations.
They're allowing us to be a part of the change as the Army chooses to be more progressive.
Sergeant Brittany Washington, who's also a mother of 3, knows tackling climate change can't wait.
If we can get ahead of it now, then the future, of course, will be a better Army for it.
The urgent threat the Army is now training to fight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Fort Meade, Maryland.
The Army's climate strategy also includes a goal of an all-electric non-tactical vehicle fleet by the year 2035 and fully electric tactical vehicles by 2050. Well, the world is remembering the last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, who died at the age of 91. He helped end the Cold War and introduce reforms that ultimately led to the breakup of the Soviet state. Gorbachev was born into a farming family in the Soviet Union in 1931. He later went to Moscow to study law and joined the Communist Party. In the 1980s, as the youngest ever Secretary General of the party, Gorbachev set out to reform the Soviet system. He engaged with the U.S. and then President Ronald Reagan, and in 1987 signed a momentous nuclear reduction treaty. In 1990, Gorbachev won the Nobel Peace Prize. And today marks 25 years since Princess Diana was tragically killed in a car crash in Paris. As they do every year, crowds are gathering in Paris and in London to honor her memory. CBS's Ian Lee has her story.
A quarter of a century after her death, the People's Princess can still draw a crowd.
We wanted her to be our queen, and we got the news that she'd been killed in Paris in a car accident in the middle of the night. It was horrendous.
Princess Diana was 36 when she died after being chased through the French capital by the paparazzi.
It was heartbreaking the day it happened. It was a tragic loss for so many.
The tragedy came 1 year after Diana's divorce from Prince Charles, a troubled marriage she spoke about in a bombshell interview.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
We now know the journalist lied to get the interview. Her relationship with the media was always complicated.
Her legacy, of course, is mainly rests in the shape of her sons.
Princes William and Harry were just 15 and 12 when they lost their mother. They're now promising to pass her legacy to their kids.
To share the spirit of my mum with my family, with my children who I wish could have met her. Every day, I hope to do her proud.
The princes are carrying on their mother's mission to help others through charities they support.
She did a fine job raising 2 fine boys.
The brothers are remembering their mother in private as the public pays tribute to a princess taken too soon. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
In a sign of people's enduring fascination with Princess Diana, last weekend a sporty Ford Escort she once owned sold for $764,000 at auction. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, how a pair of new kicks is helping a penguin prosper at the San Diego Zoo. And later, we're making cheesy pepperoni sticks, pizza sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A penguin at the San Diego Zoo now has some more pep in his step thanks to some creative new footwear. Bradley Blackburn has his story.
Lucas the penguin suffers from a chronic and painful condition called bumblefoot.
Lucas was not walking appropriately. He was showing a lot of tenderness on his left side, which is where his bumble is located.
But not anymore, thanks to a new pair of orthopedic boots made just for him.
I'm so excited that we've been able to do this for Lucas. Lucas was one of the first birds that I raised here at San Diego Zoo.
Caretakers say the boots attached with Velcro are cushioned and make walking less painful.
So we see him actually moving his toes when he walks now, which is something we hadn't seen in years.
Lucas and his newfound happy feet can now keep up with all the other penguins without a limp. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
And we heard he has a girlfriend now. The boot was made by Therapaw, a company that works with animals with special needs. Lucas will likely have to wear the boot for the rest of his life. At least he has it. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If you like flaky dough stuffed with all sorts of cheesy goodness, then you better stay put, because you're not going to want to miss this.
But first, Chris Warner returns with your complete forecast.
We have got some rain building into the area, but it's not just yet, so don't worry. But if you like the rain, don't worry about that either, because it is on its way. Right now, the Skywatch Storm Tracker, nothing going on. Clouds will continue increasing today, and then we're watching the rain chances start building in by tomorrow, and they'll persist all the way through the weekend. So that's what we're looking at, unfortunately, weather-wise. 7th and range line, though, right now looks pretty darn good. It's hard to believe it's about to get more and more cloudy as the day goes on. But before that, we got clear skies, 85, dealing with a wind chill, technically a wind chill, of 84. Dew point and humidity both very low, but those will be coming up in the next several hours. We've got decent temperatures across the board. Out west, we're a little warmer. Neodesha, Parsons, both at 90, 89 in Chanute, 83 Pittsburgh, 86 Miami, and 84 down in Neosho. And because we have those low temperatures, there's low humidity, low dew points, there's not really much of a heat index to worry about. It'll be 87 by 6, 79 by 8, 73 at 10, 70 by midnight. And as you can see, gradually, cloud cover begins to increase, and we become mostly cloudy as the night progresses. We still have another cool night ahead of us for the first night going into the first day of September. 62 Burlington, 64 Yates Center, 64 Chanute, 66 Parsons, 65 Neosho, and 65 in Mount Vernon. Not bad, though. Again, this is the last day of August. Not bad at all. So let's talk about the future and what it has to hold for us. So we're going to be decent. We go into tonight and into the rest of the evening. We have the increasing clouds. And then as we head into Thursday evening, we got a couple of batches of showers and thunderstorms that are going to be starting to overwork the area. So we get mostly cloudy skies in the 90s, and we're watching storms, and we're watching storms. And then they break up by the time we get into Friday afternoon. So we're going to start Friday with more showers and thunderstorms, scattered showers and thunderstorms. I want to emphasize that. We will get to heat back up into the 90s again, and then check out Friday night into Saturday, more scattered showers and thunderstorms overnight, leaving us with mostly cloudy skies and near 90 degrees on Saturday. And as we head into Saturday night and into Sunday at 6 o'clock, take a look at that. Look at all of that. More scattered showers and thunderstorms, unfortunately, right as we head into the Labor Day weekend. So let's talk about something else you need. Because these are scattered showers and thunderstorms, that means we're not looking at just a big blob coming through that you can easily see. These are going to be storms that pop up, kind of like what we saw a couple of days ago, which is why it's essential to scan this QR code. You can download the KOAM Skywatch Weather app when you do that, or if you prefer, you can search for KOAM Skywatch Weather in your favorite app store. It's like having the entire Skywatch Weather team in your pocket. It's got the latest radar, latest forecast data, any kind of severe weather alerts if we get any. It's going to definitely tell you about those as well. That way, if you've got Labor Day weekend plans, you're not near the TV, you'll still have us right there with you wherever you go. 7-day forecast. We're going to look at 93 for tomorrow, 91 on Friday, 80s over the weekend as the storm chances gradually increase. Sunday, again, looking like our best chance for showers and thunderstorms. And they'll gradually taper off by Monday on Labor Day with a high of 91. And then, of course, we wouldn't have the 4 states any other way. Skies clear out and temperatures get to about 90 degrees just in time for us all to go back to work. But remember, these are scattered storms. This is something that we've been seeing a lot, and we just want to make sure that we emphasize is these are scattered storms. This doesn't mean a complete washout of your Labor Day plans. It just means you want to be keeping an eye on the sky, be wary of the situation, make sure you know what's going on. And the phrase we emphasized this morning is if thunder roars, head indoors. So if you see those dark clouds start to pop up, you hear some thunder, get your group inside and hang out for a bit while the storm goes through.
So what's the earliest that we could expect the rain moving in tomorrow?
We're looking at maybe 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow evening before we see any showers and thunderstorms in the area. Now, of course, some of that could change. Thunderstorm chances might change just a bit, but we're looking about 4 or 5 o'clock before we start seeing any start to develop around the area.
So if you're headed to a football game on Thursday night, you might want to be prepared.
Yeah, if you've got football game plans tomorrow night, Might want to keep an eye to the sky. Just be prepared. Take the umbrella. Be prepared for a rain delay. I don't think it's going to be enough of a situation to absolutely straight out cancel a game.
Right.
But if you get stuck under one of those good storms, just make sure you're prepared for that.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Chris. Well, we take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Chief Petty Officer Donnie Yates in the U.S. Navy. The Joplin native served a tour in Afghanistan in 2006. He earned a number of honors, including 2 Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medals, the Korean Defense Service Medal, 3 Overseas Service Ribbons, and both the Navy Pistol and Rifle Expert Badges. To Chief Petty Officer Donnie Yates, we thank you, our four-state hero. Today, we've got the perfect way to enjoy homemade pizza without the hassle. Howard shows us how to make his cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
With summer winding down and life getting back to normal, many of you are looking for something new and exciting to shake things up. That's why you're going to love the stuffed pizza sticks we're making today. And after taste testing them, we found that these are just as good served as a snack as they are with a meal. After unrolling a can of refrigerated crescent dough, we start by pinching the seams together, creating 4 rectangles like this. Then we sprinkle some shredded mozzarella cheese down the center of each piece, shake on some Italian seasoning, and top that with sliced pepperoni. Now the dough gets folded over the filling, and we seal the edges. That way none of the cheesy goodness oozes out as it bakes. Okay, we give each one a twist and brush them with some butter and shake on Parmesan cheese before baking them off. While these bake, I suggest heating up some spaghetti sauce so you can dip or top them with even more goodness. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those recipes that you're going to make over and over again. To get the recipe for these cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a pizza perfect way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Yeah, it is. I'm making those tonight. Here's a look at our four-state market prices.
All right, quick check of the 7-day forecast. We're going to go 93 tomorrow, 91 on Friday, 80s over the weekend. And you can see we've got shower and thunderstorm chances increasing. There's scattered storms, so not a complete washout of your Labor Day plans, but definitely keep an eye to the sky.
All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, the supply chain crisis is now extending to the high school gridiron. A lot of teams don't have enough helmets for players as the football season gets underway, and some kids have to wear helmets that are a size too big. Plus, federal drug officials issue a warning about rainbow fentanyl. The colorful pills and powder look like candy or sidewalk chalk, but they're actually that highly addictive and potentially lethal drug. And more on that in Health Watch. And the city of Pittsburgh is showing off school spirit with a decorating contest to celebrate PSU's first home game tomorrow night. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.